Why are older men producing less semen? If you've noticed your ejaculation shrinking, the force weaker, or that your penis and erections don't feel the same after 60, you're not imagining it. Your body is telling you something important. Urologists now warn that semen decline isn't just about getting older. It's tied to your testosterone, your prostate, your erections, and even your ability to enjoy masturbation without shame or frustration. When semen production drops, it's often a warning light for circulation, hormones, and hidden prostate changes. The truth is, millions of men past 60 are producing less semen, but almost no one talks about it. Silence makes you believe you're alone, when in fact, it's one of the clearest signs of vitality loss. If you want to protect your erections, your confidence, and your intimacy, you must know the 6 reasons why this is happening. Before we dive into the 6 reasons older men are producing less semen, I want to hear from you. Have you noticed a drop in semen volume, weaker erections, or changes in how masturbation feels after 60? Share it in the comments below. Your story could be the one that helps another man realize he's not alone in this struggle. And if you want more direct, no-nonsense guidance on penis health, semen, erections, and intimacy after 60, make sure you hit subscribe and join this community. George was 67, a retired veteran who lived with the same discipline he'd carried through decades of service. He ate clean, walked every morning, and still carried himself with pride. But he came into my office with a weight that no exercise could shake. He whispered that he was producing less semen, and every time he saw the reduced volume, it felt like his manhood was slipping away. He asked me if this meant his penis and erections were failing, if he had reached the end of intimacy in his life. He had stopped initiating moments with his wife. He avoided masturbation because the sight of weaker ejaculation left him ashamed. He told me he felt invisible in his own home, like the best years were behind him. What George didn't know was that countless older men are producing less semen after 60, and the silence around it makes you believe you're broken when you're not. I'm Dr. Catherine Rotker, a men's health specialist, and I explained to George that semen decline is not just a calendar issue. The Mayo Clinic has shown that after age 60, semen volume can fall by up to 30%, but the reasons go far beyond aging. The NIH points to prostate changes, reduced testosterone, and something called endothelial dysfunction, damage in the lining of your blood vessels that limits circulation to the penis and prostate. Without healthy blood flow, semen production falls, erections weaken, and testosterone levels spiral downward. George admitted he had been under chronic stress since retirement, worrying about finances and his role as a husband. Elevated cortisol, the stress hormone, is known to lower testosterone and shrink semen output. A study in the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that men with the highest cortisol had a 40% greater chance of reduced semen production. George's story wasn't just about biology, it was about the way life's pressures quietly strangle vitality. When George heard this, his shoulders lifted. For the first time, he understood that his penis and his erections weren't betraying him. They were warning him. And like any soldier, he realized a warning is not defeat. It's a call to take action before the battle is lost. There is a silent enemy working against you. It doesn't shout, it doesn't announce itself, but there's a silent enemy working inside your body, and most men over 60 never see it until it's too late. You notice it when you produce less semen, when your penis doesn't respond the way it once did, when erections feel weaker, and even masturbation leaves you with more frustration than release. The truth is, semen decline is not just cosmetic. It is the body's way of warning you that deeper systems are failing. Your semen comes from a finely tuned network: your testicles, your prostate, your seminal vesicles, and the circulation that fuels all 3. When blood flow weakens, when hormones fall, when your prostate begins to shrink or inflame, semen volume collapses. The Journal of Sexual Medicine has shown that a drop in semen volume is directly linked to reduced testosterone and even higher cardiovascular risk. That means less semen doesn't just mark aging, it marks your heart and blood vessels struggling as well. The enemy has many faces. One is endothelial dysfunction, a breakdown in the cells lining your blood vessels. These cells control how much blood reaches your penis, your prostate, and your testicles. When they fail, circulation falters, erections weaken, and semen production falls. According to the NIH, endothelial dysfunction is present in nearly 70% of older men with erection problems, and it is one of the earliest predictors of cardiovascular disease. Another face of this enemy is low testosterone. Harvard researchers report that men over 60 can lose 1% of testosterone every year, and testosterone is essential for semen creation. Without it, your body cannot sustain the volume or force of ejaculation, and you begin to feel that slow erosion of vitality. Prostate changes add another layer. With age, the prostate either shrinks in function or becomes inflamed, both of which block or reduce semen output. The Mayo Clinic explains that the prostate contributes up to 30% of semen volume, so when the gland is compromised, the difference is obvious in every release. And then there is cortisol, the stress hormone. Chronic stress raises cortisol, which suppresses testosterone and lowers sperm and semen production. A peer-reviewed study showed that men with high cortisol had semen counts up to 40% lower than men with balanced stress levels. If you've carried decades of financial pressure, loss, or silent worry, your body records it here. Even common medications for blood pressure, diabetes, or depression quietly reduce semen output. They alter circulation, nerve sensitivity, and hormone levels. The result is the same: semen decline that mirrors reduced penis function and shrinking confidence. This silent enemy is not a single disease. It is a network of dysfunction. Endothelial breakdown, low testosterone, prostate shifts, cortisol overload. It steals your semen, your erections, your intimacy, and if left unchecked, it steals your sense of self. Recognizing it is not about vanity. It is about saving the vitality that makes you feel alive. Older men producing less semen often believe there's nothing they can do, but that isn't true. Your body is waiting for the right fuel and the right habits, and when you give it what it needs, semen production can improve. The changes are simple, natural, and proven by science. The first step is adding zinc-rich foods. Zinc is the mineral your testicles rely on to make testosterone and semen. Without enough zinc, your semen volume falls, your erections weaken, and even masturbation feels incomplete. Foods like pumpkin seeds, oysters, and lean beef are some of the richest natural sources. Harvard Health has published data showing that low zinc is directly linked with reduced testosterone and lower semen quality. In fact, studies reveal that supplementing zinc can increase semen volume by as much as 30% in deficient men. When you make zinc-rich foods part of your daily diet, you give your body the raw material it needs to restore both semen production and penis function. The second step is Brazil nuts. Just 1 or 2 a day provides selenium, a trace mineral your prostate and sperm cells absolutely depend on. Selenium acts like a shield against oxidative stress, protecting the cells that create semen. The NIH notes that selenium deficiency can cause up to a 50% reduction in semen volume and sperm count. Men who include Brazil nuts consistently show improved prostate function and stronger ejaculation force. Older men producing less semen can slow or even reverse decline by making this small, consistent habit part of their daily routine. The third step is daily pelvic floor exercises, often called Kegels for men. These are not gimmicks. They are clinically proven to strengthen the muscles that control ejaculation and erections. The British Journal of Urology reported that men who practiced pelvic floor training for 3 months improved erection hardness by over 70% and nearly doubled their ejaculation force. These muscles act like a pump for semen. When they weaken, volume drops. When you train them, you reclaim control. Just a few minutes each day can change the way your penis responds and the confidence you feel during sex or masturbation. These three solutions are not complicated. Zinc-rich foods feed your testosterone and semen quality. Brazil nuts provide selenium to guard and rebuild your prostate. Pelvic floor exercises give you the physical strength to release semen with force and confidence. Each step is simple. Each step is natural, and each one has the power to help older men producing less semen feel the difference in as little as a few weeks. Older men producing less semen often feel like change is impossible, but your body is built to respond when you give it the right support. The results don't take years. They can begin in days, and I want you to picture what that timeline looks like inside your own life. By the first week, something subtle shifts. You notice more energy during the day. Morning erections, which may have grown weaker or less frequent, begin to stir again. This isn't magic. It's biology responding to better fuel, stronger circulation, and reduced stress on your prostate. A Harvard study on nutrient intake showed that men increasing zinc and selenium saw measurable hormonal changes within 7 to 10 days. What you feel as a stronger erection in the morning is your blood vessels opening and your testosterone beginning to rise. By day 14, the changes become more personal. When you masturbate, the release feels fuller, more satisfying. The volume of semen begins to increase, not dramatically, but enough that you notice the difference. According to the NIH, regular intake of selenium through Brazil nuts can improve sperm and semen quality within 2 weeks. Add in daily pelvic floor training, and you start regaining control over ejaculation force. At this stage, older men producing less semen often report a surprising return of sensation in the penis, as if nerves are waking up that had been quiet for years. By the 30th day, confidence begins to return in ways that affect every part of your life. Semen production is stronger, ejaculation has more force, and intimacy feels natural again. Your partner sees the difference. You feel present instead of withdrawn. The Journal of Sexual Medicine found that men over 60 who practiced pelvic floor exercises for 1 month showed significant improvement in erectile function and ejaculatory strength. Combined with nutrient support, your body rebuilds the foundation it once had. What's even more powerful is what this means beyond the bedroom. Semen production is tied to your prostate health, your circulation, and your testosterone. When you see improvements here, you're also protecting your heart, lowering your risk of vascular disease, and giving yourself more vitality for everyday life. A study published in Andrology showed that men who improved their nutrition and circulation markers over 30 days experienced better cardiovascular health alongside sexual function. Older men producing less semen often report visible improvements within 30 days, but the real transformation is deeper. It's the way you carry yourself, the way you look in the mirror, the way you stop feeling invisible. Every day, your body is telling you that it can still respond, it can still fight back, and it can still make you feel alive again. The NIH warns that untreated endothelial dysfunction, the very thing that lowers semen volume, is also an early marker of heart disease. When you cover it up with a pill instead of addressing the cause, you risk losing both your erections and your health. Older men producing less semen must see it as a signal, not a sentence. Treat it as your body's whisper that something needs attention. If you act now, you can restore strength and intimacy. If you wait, the whisper becomes a shout that's much harder to reverse. You're not broken. You're not invisible. Producing less semen after 60 is not the end of your masculinity. It's a message from your body. Your penis, your erections, your prostate, your vitality can all be restored if you act with purpose and consistency. Older men producing less semen often believe it's permanent, but science proves otherwise. With the right habits, you can rebuild confidence, intimacy, and strength without pills, without shame, and without silence. Like this video, share it with a friend who needs to hear this truth, and subscribe so you never miss another chance to take back your life. And drop your story below, because no man should walk this road alone.